Welcome to Immersive Worlds. It is late 2009 and we are comparing different virtual platforms and their viability for use in educationally immersive software. In this video, we have built a prototypical historical setting and a look at the avatar provided with free-to-join Second Life and OpenSim Second Life. Here is our usual guide, Professor Durante Licado, moving through a medieval ruin setting that I built during 2009. The Second Life avatars vary widely in species, shape, color, and size. Those in human form can be sized taller, shorter, thinner, or fatter. There's a considerable array of modifications each user can make to their avatars, as well as numerous animations for the avatars to make the experience of the user more familiar. Here the professor is showing her class the medieval village that used to stand where the ruins are now. This talking animation was created by a Second Life artist, as are many other animations. The avatar can look, observe, touch, and move around the artifacts she has found in the ruins and has brought back to the library to study more closely. There are various ways in which a scripting language can be added to objects so that the avatars might interact with them. Most of these have also been designed by other users. The professor writes down her observations while in the library, keeping meticulous notes, since she cannot take the artifacts or the ruins home with her, and she prefers to write out her notes by hand, rather than carry a laptop. Animations like these can make the experience of the student more immersive, and when applied to automated historical characters, can increase user engagement with them. Like all conscientious scholars, Professor Licado reads up on other scholarship pertaining to ruins of the kind she has found, so that she can answer the myriad questions her students are sure to ask. Once she knows her theory will contribute to the body of scholarship, she prepares a presentation she will give at a conference in a month. Her thoughts race and she types rapidly, carefully choosing her words to best convey the significance of the artifacts and the ruin site itself. Like many of her colleagues whose books fill her bookshelves, she is advocating restoring some of the ruins, so that her students and visitors can have a better understanding of the way medieval people lived. Long into the night, our professor crafts her presentation. Finally, exhaustion takes control, and she gives in to that activity all avatars must engage in eventually: sleep. Welcome to Immersive Worlds. It is late 2009 and we are comparing different virtual platforms and their viability for use in educationally immersive software. In this video, we have built our prototypical historical setting, and here take a look at the avatars provided with free-to-join Kaneva. Here is our usual guide, Professor Durante Licado, moving through a medieval monastic setting that I built during 2008. The Kaneva avatars are fairly realistic in human form, and can be sized taller or shorter. But there is little modification available to the user for changing the height-weight ratio. There are no overweight people in the Kaneva community, and no method for modifying the sexual walk all female avatars are given. So most female avatars look very similar to one another in general shape and size. Male avatars look very similar to each other as well. Still, for our purposes, the professor here is realistic enough to talk to her class, which she is doing now. As she enters the women's monastery, first showing her students the meal for the poor, and then moving on into the nuns' dining hall, you can see that she does not interact with any of the items. This ability is still very limited in Kaneva in late 2009. On the other hand, since the building of this prototype, Kaneva developers have added the ability for players to create avatar animations. This talking animation is one example of that, and is adequate for a discussion, which we believe will become the primary mode of teaching in an immersive environment. Also, users can make clothing, and the professor is wearing a suit of my own design. I have textured it, or glued a picture of fabric to a particular template that fits over her shape. Increasing a student's ability to contribute to the immersive experience through clothing or animation design can increase their engagement with historical characters and their interaction in the environment itself.